Hey everybody, it's Jamie. It is January 22nd, 2023, and I am here to do my February 2023 TBR. So the first book I have is a Kindle book of Darcy Coates' The Ravenous Dead, and it is number 2 in the Gatekeeper trilogy. Sorry about that, thought I was prepared. Okay, so Kira, hired as Blightley Graveyard's new groundskeeper, lives surrounded by the dead. They watch her through the fog, they wordlessly cry out. They've been desperately waiting for help moving on, and only Kira can hear them, but not every restless spirit wants to be saved. Sometimes the dead hate the living too much to find peace. As Kira struggles to uncover the tangled histories of some of the graveyard's oldest denizens, danger seeps from the darkest edges of the forest. A vicious serial killer was interred among the trees decades before, his spirit twisted by his violent nature. He's furious, ravenous, and when Kira unwittingly answers his call, she may just seal her fate as his final intended victim. Dun dun dun. Okay, so I actually have read the first one in the trilogy, The Whispering Dead, and I mean, it wasn't scary, which I believe these are supposed to be horror. It wasn't scary to me, but it was interesting because, I mean, you find out right away she wakes up with no memory of who she is except for her name, and she knows that somebody is after her, but she doesn't know why or anything. So it kept me interested enough that I did want to read book 2. So I'm probably going to finish the series just to find out who she is, unless it's like terrible, but I doubt that because I also read Craven's Manor by Darcy Coates. Yeah, and I really liked that one. Okay, so the next book I have is a historical romance. It is Secrets of a Summer Night by Lisa Kleypas. And again, you'll see I have it marked. So here's a step back for anybody who's interested. Let's see. Annabelle Payton, determined to save her family from disaster, decades decides to use her beauty and wit to tempt a suitable nobleman into making an offer of marriage. But Annabelle's most intriguing and persistent admirer, wealthy, powerful Simon Hunt, has made it clear that while he will introduce her to irresistible pleasure, he will not offer marriage. Annabelle is determined to resist his unthinkable proposition, but it is impossible to face of such skillful seduction. Her friends, looking to help, conspire to entice a more suitable gentleman to offer for Annabelle, for only then will she be safe from Simon and her own longings. But on one summer night, Annabelle succumbs to Simon's passionate embrace and tempting kisses, and she discovers that love is the most dangerous game of all. So there's that cover again. I actually like how the cover looks. And I believe this is part of the Wallflower series. Not sure. I believe it is. Okay, so then we have a tea shop mystery, Death by Darjeeling. I looked it up. That's how it said it was pronounced. It's by Laura Childs. This is a cozy mystery. It's tea for 200 or so at the annual Historic Homes Garden Party. And Theodosia, as event caterer, is busy serving steaming teas and blackberry scones while guests sing her praises. But the sweet smell of success turns to suspense when an esteemed guest is found dead, his hand clutching an empty teacup. All eyes are on Theo, who is now trying desperately to save her reputation and track down the real killer. If only she can make sense of it all, before someone else takes their last sip. So I really, really, really like that picture. I usually pick my books on the covers. I don't know why. Okay, so this next one is the last of a trilogy, and I originally picked up the first book at Goodwill a few months back, and I really, really enjoyed it. And so I have actually read the first and the second. So this is the last one. It is Book 3, Maybird, Warrior Princess by Jodi Lynn Anderson. You can, I've looked this up. You can actually buy the whole series in one book now. And there's the back. And let's see. At Hogwallow Middle School, May Ellen Bird was always slightly invisible. Then she went on a long trip to the land of the dead, where ghost towns glowed blue in the dark dusk and spooky specters dwelled in cities on the Dead Sea. Back on Earth at last, May and her hairless cat, Somber Kitty, are now famous. Their faces plastered across souvenirs and sportswear that read, Maybird went to the land of the dead, and all she brought me was this lousy t-shirt. But finally, in the spotlight, May feels more than ever that she doesn't belong. Every night, she sits by her bedroom window, gazing at the sky and dreaming of another place, wishing despite herself to be back among the ghosts. And then one night, she gets her heart's desire in a way she would never have wished for. Only the ever after isn't anything like the world May left behind 3 years ago. The spirits have vanished, and the towns, once full of every manner of things that go bump in the night, are deserted. Evil Beau Cleavel has made the ever after as cold as his own frigid soul, and put up a bunch of tacky malls to boot. Now, with her friends missing and enemies all around her, May must find her way to the edge of the universe where night swallows the stars, where allies are few and often have bad breath, where endings can also be beginnings, and where the truest hero lurks in the unlikeliest of souls. But Beau Cleavel's got one last trick up his sleeve, one with that no one on earth is ready for. With the worlds of the living and the dead in the balance, will May's courage fail her one last time, or will she finally become the warrior she was always meant to be? Okay, so I'll show that again. And obviously this is a middle grade series. I wouldn't say it's scary. To me, it's more of a sci-fi with obviously some adventure. So I do recommend this series. Of course, I haven't read the last one yet, but I recommend the first two at least. They're good books. You don't see them as often now. I didn't even know they existed, obviously, until I found that one. And the one I have, the first one I found, it was actually a school library copy that obviously they got rid of. Okay, so now there are my backup books. So I started doing a thing where if I DNF a book or if I get through it way faster, I have backup books. So these are books that I do plan to read through the year, and if I read them this month, it's good. If I don't, it's not a big deal. So this one is a Harlequin romance, One More River to Cross by S.E. Summers. Probably need to get my finger off his face. Rebecca had landed herself in a jam. It had been her own impulsive decision to help her look-alike cousin Becky by taking her place in Craigivar, Becky had promptly vanished. Then the river had flooded, cutting off access to the remote sheep station. So Rebecca was forced to continue the deception. To make matters worse, Rebecca had fallen in love with Darroch Fordyce, the autocratic owner of Cregovar. But what use was that when he thought she was Becky and engaged to his cousin Lennox? So obviously this is older. I believe it's like from 1979. Let's see. Yes, 1979. All right, and my last one is my manga. I have actually read this before, but I wanted to start the series, well, technically just restart, because I actually never read the second one. I have the second, the third, and the fifth. I need the fourth and everything after the fifth. I've also seen the anime, and the anime is actually only one season. So to actually find out what happens, I need to read the manga. I originally watched this anime about 16 years ago, I believe. So this is Princess Jellyfish. So this is Stinging Beauty. Tsukimi Kirishita has a strange fascination with jellyfish. She's loved them from a young age and has carried that love with her to her new life in the big city of Tokyo. There she resides in Amamizukan, a safe haven for girl geeks who regularly gush over a range of things from trains to Japanese dolls. However, a chance meeting at a pet shop has Tsukimi crossing paths with one of the things that the residents of Amamizukan have been desperately trying to avoid: a beautiful and fashionable woman. But there's much more to this woman than her trendy clothes. This odd encounter is only the beginning of a new and unexpected path for Tsukimi and her friends. So as I've said before, I have read it. I am going to reread it because it's been a while, but there is a little preview of some of the artwork. I don't want to show too much. It might get me in trouble. And let's see. It's fairly a clean book. There is some adult theme in it, of course, because it is rated T for teen. So it may have smoking or a little bit of cursing. It's usually like cursing. And so, yeah, that is all I have today. I hope you enjoyed this. If you'd like, please tell me how you're doing and what you're looking forward to reading, or if there's anything that I have shown here that you're interested in reading. What are you currently working on, or whatever you'd like to tell me. Y'all have a great day, and I'll see you soon.